Hi guys, I hope you are doing good. I'm doing awesome. It is very warm in Joburg. Happy Sunday. A sunny Sunday. It's very sunny in Joburg. If you are in a different country, I hope you are having a wonderful day. Today's episode, I don't want to keep it too long. I also don't want to educate you today. So today's episode, I have no intention of educating you or whatsoever. On today's episode, I have no intention of sharing any tips with you or whatsoever. So today's episode is all about me trying to share my stories so that you can also get to know me better. Okay, so you already know that I started doing this in 2009, but then I just want to share a few a few stories or a few challenges that I've encountered, especially challenges with people that I have paid before, stuff that I have done before, and yeah, and so it's all about me just sharing my very 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 rocky journey. So yeah, I remember one time, I don't remember when these happened, so these are not like in like order, but then I know these happened because of course, how can I forget? So when I started trading, I remember one time I was looking for a mentor. Then I found these people and then I called them, and then of course they told me I needed to pay, and I didn't have a problem with that because I was also not trying to score myself free education, because I had tried to score free education from websites, from social media groups, and so I paid these people. And then they said to me they were going to give me a call, later in the afternoon. So later in the afternoon, they called me and they actually sent me my account. I didn't even know how to open a Forex trading account. Jeez. They opened a Forex trading account for me. Then they told me that they are going to help me to download a software. It sounded so complicated, and I was looking forward to having a software because, the way that they presented it, then they said they were going to, email me a link and call me, then help me to download this, special software. By the way, guys, the special software was MT4, the same MT4 that we download for free. So I basically just paid for that because the amount of money that I paid to them, they said it excluded the software money, meaning the MT4 money. So I had to pay I can't remember how much I paid, but it was a lot. So I paid to these people. Then I also paid, I know that I paid 2,000 Rand for the software. So after paying them a fee for them to teach me, which was going to be something that was going to be like for 3 days, for 3 days, then I also had to pay for the software. So I waited for them so that we can start, with the training sessions. Of course, I remember taking 4 taxis to go to that place, to, go get my education, because hey, the girl was really, ready to learn, to learn. So I got there, and of course, it was like a whole lot of other, people. They were also there, they just paid for their software. They were also like waiting in line so that they can download the software. I was a smarter one because I could download my software, over the phone. They called me, then they sent me a link, then I could download it. But I didn't know anything else about this particular software. So I was also there, but my software was ready. So I felt like, I'm the smarter one. So of course, then we learned, 3 days later, we were done, and then we were told that we are now ready to go and trade. Of course, I went back home because I always say that if you don't know what you don't know, you don't know. So I really went back home and I was so excited. Then I told my husband, I was already married by then. Then I told my husband that, hey, I found these people, I got some training and I'm about to start trading. And of course, he gave me the money. And then boom, I started trading. That trading account did not last a week. And I tried calling them, tried phoning them, then I couldn't get hold of them. And that was the end of the story. So I don't know what happened to those people because I couldn't find them anyway. Tried to send them SMSs, tried to, connect with them on Facebook. They were no more there. Their page was gone and everything else was gone. So that was one of the incidences, that I've had, through this journey. And I decided, okay, maybe these people didn't know what they were doing. Let me now go and look for a bigger company. Guys, I don't want to mention company names now because it might just get me into trouble. You see, now I'm trying to be a known person. So I don't want now to sound like I'm trying to badmouth other companies. But if you want to know, you can ask me on WhatsApp. I will tell you. I will tell you. So now I went to this other company. Then I was like, told my husband that, those people, they probably didn't know what they were doing. Then I was like bashing them, telling my husband how the whole place looked like. I don't even trust that they know what they were doing. And my husband was like, okay, so what do you want to do now? Then I said, oh, you know what, I'm going to go for the bigger company. The company is very big. It is still in existence even today. But I know that they're just doing a crappy job because they did a crappy job with me then and they're still the same company. But then, of course, I bought into it and a lot of people are still buying into it today. So what I can say, I know that I said I didn't want to educate you or whatsoever, but then I'm a teacher. Sometimes it's hard for me not to educate. So if you find a company and they start telling you about softwares and you are going to pay, thousands and thousands for your software, please guys, just run. Okay, let's stop right there because I don't want to educate anyone today. Like I said, I wanted to just share my story. This is just a quick chit chat, Unfortunately, you are not chatting back, but yeah. So now, what then did I do? I went to this other company and then I got there and everything was posh, It was a nice boardroom. It was in this other location. I'm not going to mention it. You know the other location, right? The other location where all these things are usually happening. So I went to that location. I was there and I felt like this is now it. I'm at the right place. These people, they look proper. These people, they speak proper. These people, they have the nice, proper cars, proper building, proper everything. At first, I was just in a library, school library, So I was like, oh, they probably didn't know what they were doing. So now I was there, all excited. The environment was, and then tea was served. And then this person is famous even today. This famous person came and did a presentation. And wow, there's a famous person. This is it. So I paid. Those people charged over like 20,000 rand. So that was it. Then I took a contract. So of course, they will also allow you to, pay in installments. They will also allow you to pay in installments. Guys, you should never borrow money to pay for forex thingy. Never. You should never borrow money to invest. You see, I'm educating you again. Let's stop it right there. So yeah, I paid and then came back, with my forms and everything. I went to the bank, got my bank statement. Then I was told that I was supposed to pay some money on a month. I can't remember what was the money for. Then I also signed up for that and I came back. Then I waited for the call. They were supposed to call us by next week. I think it was a Wednesday. And then they never called. Another week passed, they never called. Then I called them, couldn't get through. Then I went to the place. The place was no longer there. Guys, the place was no longer there. I was met with a too late, sign. The place was no longer there. And that was the end. Came back home, told my husband. I told my husband what had happened. My husband was like, but I didn't tell him the whole truth. Of course, he knows the whole truth now. I didn't tell him the whole truth because I was kind of like ashamed. How can I? How can I? So then I told him that, okay, they are going to call us and. I think it was after a month or so, then I got a call and then these other people said they took over from, those other people and. So we went in for some orientation and then we got like 2 days of training. Then I came back home. Then I thought this one is proper. It's not only my race, there's this, of course, guys, my mentality was not well checked then. So I also thought that maybe because there's this other race, of course, guys, I know that I was wrong. Please forgive me. I have forgiven myself. So I thought okay, maybe because, these people, they know what they are doing, Then the company is big, and so I came back home. Then I traded around $600. $600 was above 6,000 rand by then, because our rand was still trading at around 950, 9 rand, 10 rand. So unlike now, $600 is, it's not that amount anymore. So I came back and then I traded, and boom, I lost the money. I didn't know what happened. I didn't know what was happening. I actually thought that the broker was playing games, with me, or maybe there was some glitch in the platform. I remember how upset I was when I called the broker. Then I was actually going through a margin call, but I didn't know that I was going through a margin call. So I called the broker, and if I knew how to insult people, geez, I would have insulted them. But then, of course, I was shouting in my own way, and then I called the broker. Then I told them that I'm not happy, and they tried to explain this over and over and over again. I still couldn't understand it. I then changed brokers, and I was like, these people are scammers. I still didn't blame the people who actually gave me this training. So that was the other one. Another one. Oh my God. Another one. Then I got this other guy. Then I got him. I think I got him on Twitter or somewhere. And then this other guy was like, he was the other race. And then this other guy was like, oh, I do training sessions, and it's like one day and you can come. And then I was now telling him about the things that I've been through. People always tell me about the things that they've been through. Then I was telling the guy, because I wanted his services. Then I was telling him, this is what I've been through. And this guy was like, no, you see, you are now at the right place. You come to my office, and then it's going to be like a 9 to 5 type of thing. So refreshments will be served during the day, and we're going to have snack, and then I went there, because I literally thought that, okay, maybe I only just did a few things there and there, then I will get it. Then I went there. I remember I paid 4,995. I remember laughing at, why didn't you just charging me 5,000 rand? But that was for a couple of hours. So they basically said it was from 9 to 5. But then, of course, we had a break, we had a break around 11 to 12. Then we went back again. I can't even remember what we learned there. But I know that there was some RSI there and some McDs and some crappy stuff there. We went there, and I came back home and I funded an account again with so much confidence. I lost the money with a blink of an eye. All my money was gone. And that was when I actually kind of fainted. I fainted in the kitchen, and my husband walked in, and my laptop was there, and my husband was like, what happened? Guys, I was so ashamed. To stand up. Then I just lied there. I lied there, and the floor was super cold. But then I couldn't just stand up, because I was like, how am I going to face this man now? He is definitely taking me to family court now. He's done. Guys, he never fought or anything. He never dismissed my ideas or anything. He was okay with it. Just go and try. Is this what you want? Okay, continue trying. Then I was like, what am I going to say to him now? Because, of course, I just fainted. I actually didn't faint. I don't know. I was too shocked. Then, you don't want your $900 just to be gone just like that, within a second, and it was gone, and I didn't even know what had happened. You see the pattern here. Okay, guys, I don't want to educate you like I said, but you see the pattern here. I was messing up, but I was not finding out why I was messing up. But then I thought I was finding out because I was changing, mentors, and of course, those mentors were just taking money from me, of course. So eventually, my son came back from school. Then I stood up, and then I had to explain what had happened. I didn't say anything to anyone. I acted like I can't talk, because I needed to collect myself. I was actually ashamed, but eventually I told him. Eventually I told him that, wow, I lost money again. Then there was another one. I found a guy online, and this guy was like, okay, you're going to pay me via PayPal. I remember running around going to the bank trying to sort out my PayPal, because my PayPal, you know when you don't have enough money, sometimes stuff get like, my PayPal account was now unlinked because the card that I had linked to my PayPal had now expired, and I needed to, and by then most people didn't know much about PayPal. So I was running around going to the bank, and I remember going to the bank, and the bank teller didn't know much about it as well. But then eventually I got it, and then funded my PayPal account. I paid the guy $1,000. I paid this guy $1,000. I paid this guy $1,000, and oh my goodness, the same thing happened. Came back and I traded and I lost money. Then that was it. So it is very easy to get scammed, because sometimes you don't know what you are looking for. For me, I was now just looking for a place instead of like, a person to teach me, because the people that I went through, they kind of like gave me an idea that they didn't know what they were doing, because they were like even operating, from a very crappy area, crappy place, and I had to take like 4 taxis there. My husband couldn't take me there because he was busy, but then I had to take like 4 taxis, but I did because I was really committed. I wanted to learn. But then I ended up like, choosing people from these higher places because I wanted to, get a better service, which is something that I've learned. I've learned that you don't judge people's services, by where they are running the whole thing. When I started my own training sessions, I didn't have a fancy boardroom, fancy office. I didn't have like all these fancy stuff. I only had my laptop and my knowledge. Then I started, with the training sessions. Actually, I did not even decide to start with the training sessions, but then, I started. I'll tell you some other time how I started. When I also tell you, then I will also tell you how I even got to understand what I understood, the way I understand the markets today. But then today I just wanted to share, those bad stories. And there was another one, in between me trying to learn how to trade, there were also like lots of companies which were offering forex trading investments. Guys, you must run for your life. Those things are always like scams. They last for like, you see, I'm educating you now, sorry guys. But then there were also like all these forex scams in between. Then I was joining like a lot of companies, investing money. Sometimes I've been really bad, in terms of, sometimes I would hide stuff from my husband because I was kind of like ashamed. Please do not try this at home. Don't hide stuff from your husband. I did, but then yeah, I wouldn't advise anyone to do that. So I would then just take money and join all this. I loved those that said, you put 1,000 rand today, then you get 3,000 rand in 3 days. Then I will go and I would invest. Of course, I thought I was investing. Anything that had a word forex, I would go for it. Because that's how bad I wanted it. I would go for it. So when I talk about all these things and I warn people about all this, it is because I've been there. I have lost a lot of money. I have lost a lot of money, especially with these schemes. You put 1,000 rand, then you get 5,000 rand in like 5 days. Then you also invite other people, then you get a bonus. And those things are just crappy stuff that are just there to chow your money. So I've learned my lesson and I know what works and I know what doesn't work. See, I almost educated you right there. So now, last one. I was once a representative of this other company name. I thought it was a real company, like the website and everything was proper. So I thought the company was like a real deal. So I decided to apply. So this is what they would, I can't remember the name now, but it's one of those where you put money, then you can withdraw money like 30 days and something like that. Then you can also apply to be, a company rep. Then they would put your face there, your pretty face there on their website. So I had my pretty face there on their website, and many people were like, finding me there, calling me from the company's website because I was, a representative. They would find me there, call me, and then of course people would join, and I would get like lots and lots and lots of bonuses. And I also thought that they were trading. I literally thought that they were trading because even their name suggested that there was trading going on. I actually didn't know nothing about that company, but I thought I knew. I know now that I didn't know anything, but then I thought I knew. So I was, this representative, and then people will then join. And one day I woke up to check my back office. There was no back office, and that was the end. That was the end. But then I think I did that one in like 2009, 2008. That was before. That was in between. Actually, it was around 2009. In between me trying to, find this Forex knowledge, I was also doing those things. And I have a sister. She used to have like friends in Joburg CBD. Then we will hang out there. Those people were doing network marketing. Of course, they were not doing network marketing. They were doing all these schemes. A lot of people are doing these today, and they think they are doing network marketing. Then I was also thinking, because I'm a smarter one, so I was there. That is why I ended up becoming a rep for that bigger company. That company, I don't know what happened to it. One day I woke up and I wanted to log in, and the domain was for sale. The domain was for sale, and that was it. Guys, I've been through a lot. So when I say don't do this, don't do that, when I share, then eventually I said, because people want me to teach them, I am not going to be the kind of a mentor I'm going to be the kind of a mentor that I actually wish I had. So yeah, that is how this mentor was born. But then these are the things that I've been through, and it was hectic. Sometimes I didn't share like lots and lots of I didn't share all of them, but like there's a lot that I didn't share, because otherwise this is going to be like too long. But yeah, I wanted you to know that I've seen these things, I've done them, I've been through them, I've been scammed. The other day I posted something on Facebook. Then I said, this other guy scammed me. And when I said I wanted my money, this guy was so rude to me and arrogant. This guy said, I am not going to get any money from him. I can draw him if I want to. Guys, I don't know what that meant, but it was so hurtful, because yeah. And then the rest is history. He blocked me, of course. So yeah, that was my stories. Guys, do enjoy your Sunday. Please to keep safe. I'm going to do the same. Today I'm just going to lazy around. I'm planning to just lazy around and do nothing, just lazy around. So this is the actual thing that I just did today, doing this podcast and sharing my stories. But otherwise, I'm going to sit and just relax and prepare for my next week. Soon I'll be taking a break from training sessions, because hey, it's really exhausting. But for now, I'm still going until May, and then until further notice, I'll then take a break in June. Then until further notice, I will then come back to the sessions. So if you wanted to learn before then, this is the perfect timing for you. Plus, I have available specials. You can check that on my website. And guys, thank you so much for tuning in again. I hope you enjoyed my stories. I know that I wanted just to share for fun, but I know if you are going through this is no fun to you. And of course, I said I have no intention of educating you or whatsoever, but I know that definitely someone took some lessons. Do take care of yourself. Love you. Bye.